They did obviously have great success with it before. You know, they're sort of going to say, you know, it doesn't matter, we lost again, we're going to go for it again. But overall, I would definitely have to favor the side of ASTER coming in, especially after what we saw in Game 1.
So it looks like Lizard is alone in his prediction. Let's see if he comes out on top as we get into Game 2 of Team ASTER versus Alliance.
Well, let's find out indeed the second game. I mean, as you said, Lacoste, for Alliance this time around, with that Weaver, if they do get the same sort of start as we saw from the last game, what do you want to see them do differently?
Because, like, the two fights they took after Weaver was super farm, didn't go to their advantage, and it felt like they were kind of shut down. You know, Monkey King managed to get his items, Aghanim Scepter after finishing the battle. Fury, it's just like so much damage, and Lanham's Enigma was a big part of it. But this time around, Enigma was banned out. Of course, after a performance like that, you need to completely remove it from the pool.
Absolutely, pretty much probably the third ban from Alliance in the draft this time round. And you know, getting to have his goal on the Luna support this time round, you know, there's not going to be much of a downgrade, right? The support Luna has been having some insane games.
Luna as a support, you know, it's something that China did not play, not even a single time, I believe, during the first season. But already picked it like 6-7 times so far, and it's looking really good. I love it. Like, you have that position 5 that does well, has the nuking power. Once you hit level 6, everyone needs to be careful. It's the hero that scales eventually. Like, if you can somehow manage to farm that Aghanim Scepter, it could be a game changer. Also, after that performance from their coach Matt on the Phoenix, they let him have it once again. Roboca at home, you know, trying to think like what's going on, sweating if he's at home, not sure where he is, but definitely after a performance like this, Mad earned my respect.
Right, so yeah, we'll see if he can come up with a repeat showing here in Game 2. And the lane setup, you know, played against this last time. Last time they played against this lane, they were able to find first blood against Nico Baby. So Nico Baby is going to have to be a little more careful than he was last time round. Give up that one unnecessary death in the laning stage.
Mid lane should be even, you know, no one should die in this matchup. It's just a trade. One of the reasons why they picked the Dragonite, because he doesn't lose the lane, has enough sustain. With the Dragon Flood to sustain through the harassment coming out from Queen of Pain.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Bottom Monet. Very low there to the Iron Shell, chased down with the creeps. Pressure being put on here by S4 and FNG. Yeah, he's going to have to take the healing water at second level, pop some mango. Lana might have even handed that one over. They have the ward up, and they will manage to get him back into fighting shape.
It's the same lane on the top. Mars, Phoenix, plus Io and Weaver. We'll see how that one goes. Nico Baby, once again, because he has the sustain coming up from the Io, that Drink of Region, plus the Tether, can afford to get the Maelstrom as the first item, something he's done in the previous game, which allowed him to stay on the top of the network, was extremely farmed. I'm wondering how many stacks will they make. Also, it's a possibility for Team ASTER to invade those stacks with the heroes that they have. Like, you have a Mars, you have Queen of Pain, one of the better ones that can easily just clear it.
Like Matt. Bug on him, and they will be able to find first blood themselves this game, and the second time around. Bottom lane as well, they get the trap onto land, and they've also got the trap back with the vacuum. Alliance picking up kills in both of the side lanes.
Much better start for Alliance this time around. On the top lane, they get a kill. Urn of Shadows already done by Hanskin. Is gonna manage to get the pull off. They're playing the top lane much better than they did in the previous game.
Yeah, not leaving any sort of opportunity for ASTER to catch Nico Baby by surprise.
Do you think these teams are memeing? Because, like, every single time we see Davion, there's almost always Luna against him.
There is actually. I mean, they are two popular heroes, but, you know, like, you'd like to think that everyone has, of course, watched the anime and is keeping it thematic.
I want to see Luna buy 6 Lotuses. Just for the memes. Not gonna happen. Not gonna have that much farm, but one can only dream.
Dogs!
Queen of Pain actually pull it out of the lane. She's level 4.
Very tough.
Already
time.
forced to go back. Dragon Knight, aka Devion, will be level 5. Has a bottle. Something that we usually don't see on the Dragon Knights. Most of the time it's just, magic wand. Unfortunately, he will not be able to get that regeneration rune, but at least Tusk will pick it up.
It's going to definitely be a sort of tough game for White Album to get the momentum going when he's having this bit of a slow start against Limp in the mid. He's already going to be a bit down on the levels, and when he does hit that stage, Limp's very much going to start beating down onto ASTER's tier 1 in the mid lane. So it could be tricky for White Album to make those early moves this time.
I like how Valve updated, people were complaining on Reddit that Davion was not showing off when you type it in, when you're choosing the heroes, and we had a patch. I really like that. Like, he stomps are on the rise, for sure. Like, you need to invest in Davion coin.
FNG, looking pretty dead here. And so he'll get the serval off onto Lanham. Lanham's got stick charging. He won't go down. FNG will.
This is the same move that Matt made in the previous game. Like 5 minutes in, go for the rune. He left the Mars alone. Get him the solo XP. XXS has a decent amount of farm, has a bottle, has 11 magic wand charges, and once again going straight in for the blink dagger.
We're going to see that pressure from Limp now in the mid. It's 6 whilst White Album's still trying to work his way through the 5. Start really pressuring this tower. We'll see if has to bring over anyone to try and push back the TK, but it's going to be tough. FNG hiding as well in the tree line, maybe ready to make a move if Aster do try and step forward.
Bottle refill from Lanham. White Album still not level 6.
It's going to get caught out by the stun. The snowball connects, but not enough lockdown. Still able to make it away. Alliance, though, really forcing reactions around this mid lane as Mad also ends up KL over.
Also refills the bottle. Everyone just refilling the bottle for their mid laners.
I mean, they just know that White Album's having a really tough time here. Trying to solve that a little bit for him.
He's catching up. Arena. But nothing happens. We'll pretend that it didn't happen. It was a tough kill to get. You're level 6 Mars. You don't have your spells maxed out. Weaver is 6. Once again, it's going to be around like 7-minute Maelstrom on the Weaver. Juggernaut, Monet, he just loves the farm. He loves to hit the creeps. Going for that Battle Fury.
FNG's getting very aggressive here onto Lanham. They do have the wall down from S4. Illusions out. I turn. The Sonic Wave will finish off the Tusk. Lanham is going to be able to live. Not enough damage coming out from the wall illusions yet at this stage of the game.
Alliance with the 3 observer wards, just connecting. They see both runes, they see a bit of a jungle. This is something that the Team Liquid also loves to have. Sometimes even put down the 4th ward to see the enemy triangle, see if there are any stacks, possibly evade them.
Move faster.
Bottom. Only go towards Monet, but Monet with the Blade Fury up. There's not any sort of threat against these two, Tusk and the Darks here. They can't do too much about. Nice job getting away every single time.
Pretty much the same timing. Hanskin has been stacking. It's a huge stack. The Nico Baby has the swarm ready to clear it a bit easily. So once again, they will not be able to contest the stack. Top lane completely free farm for the XXS. He's in. He's pinging it out. He knows. But it's going to be a bit too late.
Yeah, and they're going to have this already cleaned up. Nico Baby, he is low though, but yeah, not going to take any chances and caught by XXS here by the looks of it. What the creep can't say that. Oh, okay, XXS, he is able to catch it. He gets both of them. All right, I mean, they may have farmed the stacks, but XXS able to farm their lives. All right, easy kills for the Mars.
Mars, suddenly top 1 on the net worth. Level 8.
And they're going to be able to take this stack, or maybe have a bit of a poke at it. I guess actually no. White Album, can he do this on his own? Well, a few screams will take some of them.
He's just farming the items. He found Faded Brooch. Now, not too bad. Move speed and the mana is always going to be good.
He's going to get it.
Fairy's Trinket.
Yeah, so that is a decent amount of the jungle that Alliance did prepare, taken away by White Album sticking around.
I like how he leaves the golems, does not want to take everything.
Gotta watch out for XXS. Getting a little punish for the greed there in their jungle, you know, wanting to stick around as low HP as they were, to be as efficient as they can with clearing into camps. XXS just perfectly punishing it, getting a huge push up there in golden XP.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's going to be such a good timing on the Blink Dagger on Mars. He actually decided to go for the phase boots a bit early, which is kind of a standard on Mars. You want to have that movement speed, you want to have that extra damage for the God's Rebuke. He upgraded phase boots last game around like 18-20 minute mark, which was kind of weird. Phoenix collecting some XP on the bottom, only level 4. 10 minutes in, we'll need to buy the tome. Lanham also level 5, like the supports are a bit under leveled on side of ASTER.
And we have an Alliance diving in. I mean, this is going to be responded to straight away. The double TP's coming in, the surge coming to an end. White Album going to try and chase down S4. Matt's diving in. Won't commit on him though. For just the cloak, still a little too tanky for them to deal with.
Radiant's middle tower
He's
is
going to
under
have ample
attack.
time to be able to surge away once more. White Album is continuing to chase. Going up first, Sonic Wave, it's a
He got him.
Oh, very well done there by the quad.
Radiant structures.
I mean, that was close, but he knew he'd done the numbers. He knew he had enough with the pure damage of the Sonic Wave to do it. And he does. Takes out top lane, Nico Baby will manage to find Lanham.
That's just so much damage, man. The Maelstrom proc, the second Geminate attack on top of that. Going for the same item build once again. SNY, some status resistance, some tankiness. Really like that build. Meanwhile, on the mid lane, Limp will take the tower with the catapult and the dragon form.
Middle tower has
We can
fallen.
call that Davian form, right?
And now. Doing his job. Blink Dagger's done. The tower taken, the map's opened up. But for Limp to start getting involved in some of these side lane plays that they want to be doing. But again, as we said last game, with this Weaver Eye Alliance, they're going to want to play aggressive. They don't want to give ASTER the chance to farm away. And Monet with the Battle Fury, and he's working towards, if he gets that and can continue to play this sort of game, it stands a very high chance of just going the same way that the game 1 did, with Monet being able to slowly take over.
Radiant's bottom
He's
tower
farming that
is under
Battle Fury.
attack.
Just wants to be able to hit some creeps, but you know, will join a team fight. It's not like he's playing a Monkey King. Could be a bit more active with the Juggernaut. Join a fight, use the Omni Slash. Bottom lane, Mad will go down. A bit of a different game for Mad this time around. Not as leveled as he was in the previous game, not as farmed.
Dire's structures
Also build on Lanham. I've seen like most of the Chinese position 5 Lunas not even getting boots at all. Like just having a casual Dragonlance, because Luna's base movement speed is pretty high. So you invest in different items. Buy a magic wand, buy possibly like a raindrop. We'll get level 6 after this. I just needs one creep, no creeps around.
White Album has the Orchid done. Ready for those players to try and catch Nico Baby.
It's a good timing on the Orchid. One deep observer ward placed by Alliance near the tier 2 tower. So this could potentially catch the bottom lane as more.
They've got him. The jumps down from XXS, they pop the Supernova down, they need every bit of damage they can get against this Darkseer with the hood.
We can see a different build from XXS this time around. Going for the Yult Center.
Sonic Wave going to be able to push the 4 at the back, and that's going to allow White Album to beat Link out of there. They're going to try and chase on a little bit towards Lanham, but Monet's up on the high ground. And he's ready to help out if Alliance do continue to charge into them. They're not going to.
Luna, kill one creep. We'll get you to level 6. There we go.
quick reactions there from White Album. You know, Limp jumps in instantly with the Orchid silence, stops.
Nah, he was so ready for that.
Dragon Tail.
Smoke? Yeah, I believe that was caught by
Dire are scanning.
Alliance. I talked about this ward, which is kind of non-standard ward. You don't expect them to have this deep ward 14 minutes in. They should know something. Jumps in.
He's ready to start the action off, but straight into the wall. The vacuum drags him back in. Exits is attempting to push them all over the God's Rebuke, but FNG's in with the uppercut. They'll get the 2.
A good block. FNG got him.
Oh, and he's able to put a stop to the TP as well, rolling in with a snowball. ASTER falling straight into the trap of Alliance there. You said Alliance just with the better map info. They were prepared, and ASTER, they went for a very sort of aggressive blink there from White Album. I don't know what he expected. Maybe he felt that there would be nowhere near at all. He maybe wanted to try and bait something, didn't expect as many of them to be there, but ends disastrously for ASTER as they lose 3.
Wards don't deal damage, but they give you an upper hand to position yourself to deal more damage. Dragonite going for BKB after that, after picking up the Blink Dagger. I talked about XXS item build. Trying to get the Yule Scepter, which I really like. You need to have a Dispel against Surge, against the Ion Shell. It's also a great setup for your Spear. Bottom lane, Nico Baby and Hanskin just pushing in.
Got it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Open
attack.
up the lead a little bit.
Dire's middle tower is under
They
attack.
can't keep that pressure on.
Dire's
For now, ASTER taking their turn to move in on the mid lane. Ult's available. Got the team fight good to go. The Alliance have to be really prepared. They try and come in with some sort of a defense already. XXS has made the job. The arena's out.
Snowball save.
Gonna buy some time for them. But the only Sash is coming in. Not enough bounces over the wall. So Rick still has the head back. White Album's got the cleanup though. Blinks in aggressively towards the back line. Finds him. And by the looks of it, we'll get FNG as well. The shadow strike out upon him. White Album jumps back across. Gets the kill. Got Nico Baby being brought in by Hanskin to try and find something in return. But the 2 of them against 5. The silence is out. Nico Baby, he's got to be careful. He will find XXS. The Soul Burn brings him down low, but he's able to get the time up Soul. Nico Baby getting a good cleanup. Takes down 2. He'll be able to find a 3rd as he swoops around to pick up Mad.
Now this failed on Weaver that Nico Baby went for 2 times in a row. Actually, like, it gives you the tankiness, it gives you a bit of a status resistance against the stuns, against the silences, and once again, barely escapes. We've seen that so many times in game number 1. Also, they need to focus IO. If they can like lock down IO, throw a couple of spells on him, they're a bit, if Mars is dead, they're a bit limited with the stuns. Now, Luna is not going to be as impactful as Enigma was in the previous game, so like, there's a lot of this. There's so little that Lanham can do, you know, as position 5 Luna. You can use that Lucid Beam, you can use Eclipse, but that's it. Like, you're not dealing any right-click damage. There is not the same threat coming up from position 5 this time around.
No. Well, we definitely sort of saw from ASTER once they've blown the ultimates, the fact that Hanskin and Nico Baby knew that they could go back in against the 5 of them with just the 2 of themselves alive. It shows a great sort of read of the game by them. And that they know that they just play around those timings. Nico Baby's going to have the ability to freely move around the fight and find the kills.
Not enough lockdown for Weaver. No, just Mars. This Orchid is not gonna do that much, especially once Nico Baby finishes the BKB, and he's getting there, you know. Needs around 2-3 minutes to finish it.
Invisibility.
ASTER. Time to catch Alliance down here on the bottom lane, but Alliance, they're not going to try and hold for this tower. So ASTER, I'll be able to take the objective.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Some white goal first on the Monet.
Dire's bottom tower.
Monet or Monet?
Dire's bottom tower.
Man, caught out again here.
Alliance under attack.
Able to make these moves with the jump, the catch that they do have. So Limp with this Blink Dragon Knight. No struggles getting the setup to
Excuse me, sir, what did you just call him?
Davion.
There we go. So Alliance will be able to take tier 1 tower on top. There's not going to be any defense.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a possibility that
Radiant's top tower
Alliance,
is
they
falling.
get 1 or 2 kills. Could potentially transition that into Roche.
Radiant's top
They have
tower
enough
is
damage
under
with the tag
attack.
team, with Weaver. They could also like try to go in with 3 heroes. I think they have enough damage, but if you use the Swarm, if there's a ward around the Roche pit, could potentially scout it out, but they definitely do have enough damage. BKB getting very close for Weaver.
Top lane FNG. Try and set up onto Wyout, but the shards out is what trapping him. So the illusions, he's out to the side though, quick. The silence as well onto. First of all, make sure that there's no chance for a vacuum to hold him back. Does now have that axe complete, so now the effectiveness of these iron shells is going to be through the roof. See, this will start to get very rich. Speedy's going to be able to push waves out. Come in, gonna jump onto Lim himself. He's not going to get it. Hans going to need to make a full come across the Destroyers in the arena. Hans gets gone. Supernova's going to be successful. Nico maybe not going to find in time. Get one of the kills. Gets Lanham. Has to back off though, avoid the stun of the Supernova.
And their team fight is still much better. After I saw the draft, you know, they don't have anything to combine the Darkseer wall with. They can fake him, like they don't have anything to keep them in the wall. Darkseer will go down, has that Aghanim Scepter. Like, he's also one of the few heroes that can hold the Philosopher's Stone. Besides, like, Zeus, Tinkers, some of the mid laners can also hold it. But yeah, Aghanim Scepter gives 2 charges and a bit of a HP. 350. It's not a bit, it's actually quite a lot.
Yeah, it's going to make all the difference against a lineup that has such heroes like the Queen of Pain, the Luna, the Luna try and burst down targets. You lay that down on your Weaver, and already Nico Baby with the stats of the S and Y and the BKB. It's going to be quite a tanky hero. It's very hard for them to sort of lock him down long enough to pick him 100-0 before he could get either the BKB or the time upset.
Monet finishes the shard on Juggernaut. It's one of the better shards. Like, it's because it scales when you get the items. It's so good. And going for the Aghanim Scepter to be able to like deal more damage, use that mini slash more often.
Lions. I'm going to try and go for a move whilst Supernova and Sonic Wave are down. Good move at this point. Could set them up for Roshan.
Oh, nice reactions. Like, you have to be extremely fast to do this. You need to be, like, pre-casting it. You need to have a quick cast as well, otherwise it's not happening. This is what I talked about, them getting inside the Roche pit, have a ton of damage, that they will not be able to get there in time. Like, the minus armor, the tag team is just too much.
It really is. They're just too quick. Aster. This might be a advantage. They could get there in time, but now Molly's going to get jumped out. The jump down is really down. It's the forward spear that takes down the Darks here. The Supernova has been a combo for the Esports. That's slip off the side of the snowball. Fight sometimes it's not enough. The Supernovas then still connect as they come out of the snowball. 3 dead on Alliance. See if they can get Nico maybe on the way down the town. Excess.
But the relocate gets him out. Yeah, I mean, Io will pay still with his life. They did not lose the Aegis. A good move from Nico Baby. He TPs to the outpost for the possible tether, but there is the silence. Like, they tried. You know, Bro got him out. You gotta help the Bro out to possibly get him out. Didn't happen, but White Alpha, man, he loves Witchblade as well. Like, he's going Witchblade as a 3rd item.
That's a lot of damage.
It is.
A lot of damage.
A lot of overtime damage combined with the Shadow Strike on top of that. Problem is they have like no abilities that go through magic immunity. Juggernaut's not that afraid of a Walrus Punch. I'm thinking about more like a Roar type of ability, Black Hole.
Yeah, we saw sort of a good effort from FNG there to try and counteract the stun from the Supernova, time that snowball, but unfortunately didn't have the distance of travel with it to keep them in it long enough before that stun went off, as Mad able to pretty much catch all three of them with the explosion of his ultimate.
A lot of sustain in the team fights from ASTER. You know, you have this Spirit Vessel so they can reset. You have the Sunray, also Healing Ward coming up from the Juggernaut. He's very close to finishing off his Aghanim Scepter, so that's going to help out quite a lot.
Radiant's bottom tower
Despite
is
the
under
rough team
attack.
fight, just having that Aegis, they can get back to business.
Radiant structures
Taking these
are
objectives.
fortified.
Tier 2 won't be defended by ASTER. ASTER just using this time to continue to make space, find areas of the map for Monet to be safe in. As the Aghanims just
Radiant's
500 gold away for Jugs.
Dire's top
So there's
tower
that
is
big
under
level
attack.
20 talent. So throughout these Blade Furies, not only dealing some...
Oh, he's not
Same
taking the
ranking
plus
as Magic
8 armor talent? Very weird. Just kidding, you know, I'm being sarcastic.
Oh,
Radiant's bottom
Because
tower
Juggernaut
is
already
under
has
attack.
like 21 armor, has 6
Yeah,
extra.
You want the damage.
You want the damage for sure.
Here you go, baby. Going in onto Mad. Looking to change for more. I mean, that damage from the Blade Fury, bringing down where Nico Baby's going. It's very aggressive, Baby's spear. Oh, we couldn't get the time lapse off in time. XXS able to catch him. They're taking down once. See if they can do it a second time. The Omni Slash coming out. Monet's going to keep going down to the side.
That's the real Omni.
The real deal. The Sunray burning through the border. Down in corner, taken out FNG and up to the high ground. They're running down Limp. He's going to be able to get out of it. He's going to have Blink up in a few seconds, but they can keep the damage on it. Showing it. They take down Limp as well. An excellent start. Once again, XXS. You know, setting up that fight in the way. You know, we had this aggression from Nico Baby, trying to push the Aegis to its limits, but he's caught out. They take him down quickly underneath the tower. They're ready to do it a second time as well, or at least, you know, take the team fight a second time. Nico Baby may get out, but he costs him 3 of his teammates' lives.
They just don't have enough, like, lockdown. Juggernaut can pretty much do whatever he wants in the team fight. The Nico Baby overextending a bit. They might be able to kill him.
But hang on, he's in trouble. He's got to be careful here. Will manage to get the BKB and the time lapse off. He's going to turn towards Lanham, and it's going to be enough to push back ASTER. XXS will TP out. It's just Lanham going down for now. Mad trying to dive away. Nico Baby and Hanskin attempting to chase with an instant TP on the high ground. Mad makes it out of there.
He needs to be careful, like, he is tanky, has some status resistance on the Beaver, but one, like, good spear. XXS has been playing amazing throughout this whole series.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the Phoenix Mars duo that they're getting their hands on is looking very, very impressive. And sort of likewise to the last game, right, in these fights, you know, as you said, Nico Baby, a lot of pressure on him. If he dies, you're never really going to see a situation where the rest of the 4 heroes are cleaning up the fight, right?
Yeah.
They need that Weaver to do the damage. Success is getting gone apart. He's able to get the arena on. And with the 3 of them trapped, can Aston do anything on back as they can? They're in the switch side. They take out FNG. Monet moving in with the Blade Fury. Gotta be careful, like, they've got the back of the best foil. Drop down the wall, man. Diving in, the Supernova down. Exits the spear. So Nico Baby straight away from the rest of his team. Doesn't clip onto anything though, so still manages to get out with the Shikuchi. The chase will continue. Onto the side, Nico Baby maybe thinking about going back in on this. With the setup onto it, then he's gonna be silenced by the Orchid. Damage from the Blade Fury rips him apart.
Yeah, that damage coming out from Battle Fury is actually insane, especially with the level 20.
Oh!
Another good spear. Excellent spear. Wow. But they can't kill it. You know, they're a bit limited on the lockdown as well. They need the Orchid to follow it up.
I mean, it's XXS. He really does have Nico Baby's number. He's got to be so careful on this Weaver.
Juggernaut still has that Omni Slash ready going into Abyssal Blade. That's
got him in.
He got him again.
They don't have to follow. They've got a lot of damage though. Don't force him to time lapse.
Beyond this proc.
Gonna have Monet making his way over. Success. Has he got anything else to throw out? He's got the Blink the Arena. He's trapped him. But BKB is available. And then Nico Baby's gonna have to pop it. He's gonna have to pop it. Can't risk anything else coming out from ASTER. But XXS just toying with this Weaver, keeping Nico Baby on his toes.
Yeah, you would expect the hero who has 18,000 net worth, not to be afraid of the Mars, but he's just, you know, keeping him very anxious how he's using the abilities, how he's going to use the BKB. Of course, there's always going to be possible save coming out from the handskin, coming out from the snowball, but needs to be careful, like it says.
It's going to be animated jump in on the Phoenix. Can they get the pad on the front? Get the dive out the side. He'll go sideways. Push back through the arena now. They're trying to get the with the spear. Time gets down. Nico maybe trying to move it on to White Album. White Album.
Yeah, we'll get White Album.
Blink you, chase down Mone's over on Nico maybe. Nico maybe's out the side. The Shuguchi Hill lit. They'll get the Weaver out of there, but they've lost 2 Alliance. And with the BKB coming to an end, Limp's in trouble. The chase is on Monet. Exit is about to run him down. And yet again, ASTER claim another team fight.
Unfortunately for Phoenix, he did not have Eon Disc. Supernova would be ready in a couple of seconds. They had the vision with the bug on, and Dragon Eye just jumps in, finishes him off. White Album needs to also be a bit careful. What's with the brown boots? Like, Queen of Pain has brown boots as well. 30 minutes in, going into AC. I like AC. You know, a lot of their damage is physical, but could potentially, you know, give them AC if you get vacant inside the wall.
I am fighting for you.
G. He may have got the courier. Can he actually get out with his life? With a spear connection, does he get Nico Baby? Doesn't get FNG though. FNG, he'll burn. Supernova out from the high ground. Nico Baby's got to back away. It's been starting to go with the slash up to Nico Baby. Nico Baby's got to pop the Tyrants, but he's Tyrants back into the Supernova. Over to the side, Esmor's taken out of the fight thanks to Handscan. Nico Baby's trying to find the neutral. This is the vision. They jump, but he has to put the BKB and run. He's been dusted. He's on the retreat.
He gets the bash. There it is.
There it is. Still got the movement, Handscan. By his side, keeping Nico Baby safe. ASTER, they're still chasing a little bit though. Monet still has another swift slash.
No bash, unfortunate for Monet. 7k gold lead for ASTER. Like, their team fight is just like superior. XXS has been playing amazing. Well, maybe I just cursed him.
I think you just cursed him. Or maybe not.
Just BKB TP out. Not ready to keep him alive.
Playing amazing. Nothing bad happening there.
Juggernaut picked up Mindbreaker, so that's gonna help out against Fever.
Go mad.
No Eon this.
Okay, let me see if they can get more as Nico Baby. Looking for Monet. So, too far away. Too far to dive. They know that XXS is going to be back in fighting form. Another save available now. FNG has got the blink, so can sit back and save
really
Nico
far
Baby.
for a position 5. Having a medallion, vaulted blade, man, now the blink.
XXS starting on slash, direct slash on the way for the Sonic Wave as well. Again, it's getting very forward, they're pushing them back. Monet picks up the double kill. Nico Baby has to get them got to run. They've got to get out of it. There's no fight to be had for Alliance anymore as they have to retreat.
Roshan is up, they can just go inside the pit. There's still double damage for like 20-ish seconds.
Top tower is under attack.
Cheese and Aegis. Man, Monet had such a good game in both of these. I don't think he died. I don't think he died in the previous game. So far in the second game as well, has 0 deaths. They're gonna check
He died a couple of times.
He died a couple of times. All right.
Still ignore that number. Still 10, 2, and 18 in his first game. And
From Lacoste to Lacoste, you know. Sometimes I love to, you know, debate people with a couple of lies.
Yeah, we don't want the chat to get Lacoste.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
10k lead now. The Aegis on the hands of Monet. The cheese. That as well. The Queen of Pain's White Album. What has Alliance got? A similar situation to last game. Decent farm. Good farm on Nico Baby. Not quite able to enable him enough against ASTER's lineup that just built around such a solid foundation of team fight. There's Mars, Phoenix.
It's their bread and butter, you know. They left him two heroes, like what could they potentially pick? They will just go with the same stuff because it worked out nicely in the game number 1. You know what I was like? Why does Sanj give HP regen and lifesteal amplification? Like, makes no sense. Like, look at the item. If you seen the item, what would you say it gives? Like, I would say, you know, a bit of a damage, some stats, strength, yeah.
You saw these. The extra little, wow, extra little bits. I mean, they're pretty big bits.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now to the point that, you know, tier 2s aren't really defendable for Alliance. They'll have to let this go down. It'll come down to base defense again, but I mean, Alliance themselves, they just don't have any sort of big team fight, right? There's no sort of combo, there's no wombo. You have, as you said at the start, you got a vacuum, but there's nothing. Exactly, there's nothing that's anywhere near as threatening as that of ASTER.
Like, even if you blink, fake you into like swarm, 5-man snowball, your 5-man into their 5-man snowball.
Coming out with the smoke Alliance, but completely off the mark on ASTER's location. As ASTER starting to speak back themselves. The question is if Alliance are actually going to be prepared from ASTER. ASTER coming in like this. Monet will show. See if Alliance want to try and make a go on him, or if they are going to assume that this is just a bit of a bait.
They'll just go mid.
No,
like, they have creep wave approaching. No reason not to. Still 2 minutes left on Aegis. Juggernaut wants to get that Swift blink.
There we have it. TP back from Alliance. They've got to do something. They've got to hold mid. They might the jump here onto Monet. He was coming out with the sun rays. Monet still be fine. Still having half HP to work with the healing ward out. Getting back up to tip top shortly. And then the jump. XXS looking for the opening. But the setup is the 5 seconds before they come on the side. Esports going to get saved momentarily, but he still goes down. Damage from Monet too much. Over towards Hands. Catching them. The blade through from Monet. Rips down. Underneath it down. Starting down to Nico. Then he'll get the time up top.
There's the badge.
He puts the BKB. He's got to run. He can't stand toe-to-toe with ASTER. As ASTER, they have the 4-5-man alliance. Lips brought back.
They'll just go for
back on
tier 4. They want to end this game.
Don't buy back on FNG.
And again, my man.
Oh, he loves it. Feeling confident here. As they look to close up this second game, what can Alliance do to stop them? As another side comes down, Austin looks like can even make it back to the bounce, and he can't jump over to the abyssal towards Nico Baby. Nico Baby will live. They'll have Esports back in 9 seconds, but ASTER looks to continue to close it up as they go back to the tier 4s.
Yeah, they can just close out this game. Davion does not have a buyback. I believe this game is over. White Alpha.
And the jump again. As XXS, he's got the catch. He's on to ASTER. They're going to close it up. Alliance and Rogue. Everything is back and trying to come, but they have got the 2. But with the blade fury, Monet can just focus through onto the ancient with that action. Take it down.
Great showing from Team ASTER today. You know, they woke up, they had a good breakfast, they were ready for this series.
Well, they really were. You know, EU more like EHU. You know, both of these games, ASTER making it look pretty simple against Alliance.
Yeah.
Alliance.
Juggernaut!